Welcome back to my channel, besties. This is Taekook fan fiction. When he was married to him secretly, part 3. It is a pure imaginations of mine. Are you ready for some tears wrapped in love? Let's go. When Jimin and his girlfriend left Taehyung behind, the house was once again drowned in silence. Taehyung sat curled on the couch, his eyes swollen, his heart heavy with guilt. He knew he had broken Jungkook's heart, and the emptiness around him only deepened the ache. Meanwhile, at the John family home. Flashback. The front door creaked open as Jimin carefully guided his brother inside. Jungkook's eyes were glassy, his steps unsteady from the alcohol and from the weight of his emotions. "Rest here, Kook," Jimin whispered, but Jungkook only gave a faint nod. He didn't want to see anyone, not even himself. But his mother was waiting. Mrs. John hurried into the hall the moment she heard the door, her face softening with worry as she saw her youngest son so broken. "Kook," she whispered, pulling him into her arms despite his resistance. "What happened to my strong boy? Why are you like this?" Jungkook buried his face in her shoulder for a moment, trembling. "Yama, it hurts. It hurts so much." His voice cracked, barely above a whisper. She guided him to the couch, brushing his hair gently like she used to when he was small. "Tell me, my son, what's hurting you this way?" He swallowed hard, his chest tightening. "Taehyung," he let her kiss him. "On set. In front of me. And he didn't stop it. He didn't choose me." Mrs. John sighed softly, holding his hand. "My poor boy. I know how much you love him. But Kook, Taehyung is an actor. Sometimes work demands things that the heart doesn't want. Do you really believe he loves that woman? Or do you know deep inside that his love belongs to you?" Jungkook shut his eyes, tears slipping down. "I don't know anymore, Yama. He says he loves me, but then he puts work first. What if I'm not enough for him?" She kissed his forehead, whispering, "You will always be enough. Don't let one scene blind you to years of love. Taehyung is your husband. And I've seen the way he looks at you. It's the kind of love that can't be faked." She tried to cheer him by offering dinner, but Jungkook shook his head. "I'm not hungry." After a shower, he sat on the edge of the guest bed, his hair damp, his phone lighting up every few minutes. Dozens of unread texts. Missed calls. Voicemails. He opened one, pressing it to his ear. Taehyung's trembling voice filled the room. "Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't want that scene. I didn't want you to see it like that. Please, Jungkook, please don't hate me. I love you." Jungkook's hand tightened on the phone. His heart screamed to answer. But his pride, his pain, his broken trust, all chained his tongue. He dropped the phone onto the bed and turned away, refusing to reply. The next morning, Jungkook walked into the company like a storm. His employees felt the weight of his fury. His voice was sharp, his commands cold. Papers were slammed, meetings cut short. He was merciless. Until a calm, firm voice entered the chaos. Jungkook. His father, John Sr., stepped into the office, closing the door behind him. He studied his son quietly, noting the dark circles under his eyes, the bitterness in his tone. "Son," he began gently, "is this about Taehyung?" Jungkook clenched his jaw, looking away. "I can't take it anymore. He let someone else touch him. Kiss him. How can I forgive that?" His father's voice was steady, wise. "Because marriage isn't about never making mistakes. It's about fighting for each other even when mistakes happen. Do you think Taehyung doesn't hurt when you walk away? Do you think he sleeps in peace without you by his side? Jungkook's eyes wavered, his chest tightening. Listen to me, son, Mr. John continued. Anger won't heal you. Silence won't protect you. Love requires courage. Go back home to your husband. Don't let this pride destroy the bond you both built with your hearts. Jungkook looked down, torn. His fists clenched, then loosened. Appa, what if I go back and he hurts me again? Appa, all I asked him that I wanted to build a family with him, a family of our own. I want to own a piece of him no one else can have, but look at him ignoring my only request. It hurts, Appa. His father said simply. But you'll never heal by running away. The words sank deep. After a long silence, Jungkook finally nodded, though hesitantly. All right. I'll go. And with that, a faint light of hope flickered in his broken heart. The night was quiet in the penthouse, yet Taehyung's heart had not rested for a second. He sat cross-legged near the tall glass window, a half-empty cup of tea in his hands. The city lights sparkled below, but his own eyes were swollen and red from crying. He had spent hours staring at his phone, calling, texting, begging for an answer that never came. Every second without Jungkook beside him felt like suffocating. Just as another tear slipped down his cheek, headlights cut across the driveway below. His breath caught. That car, he knew it too well. Jungkook's black Mercedes glided in, its polished frame gleaming under the dim lights. Taehyung's heart began to race wildly. He placed the cup down with trembling hands and ran toward the door just as he heard the familiar sound of keys turning in the lock. The door opened, and there he was, Jungkook. His tall frame filled the doorway, his dark suit still crisp from work. His eyes were tired, heavy with pain and sleepless nights. Their gazes met, and in that moment Taehyung's chest felt like it might burst. Jungkook, he whispered, his voice breaking as he rushed forward. Taehyung, Jungkook replied softly, his tone guarded but aching. They stood there only inches apart, the silence louder than any storm. Finally Taehyung reached out, hand trembling as it brushed Jungkook's arm. Please, hear me out, Taehyung begged, tears filling his eyes again. I know I hurt you. I should have thought about you when I agreed to that scene. I should have thought about how it would break your heart. But I swear, Jungkook, I love you more than anything. You're not just my husband, you're my world. I'll never do those scenes again. I'll talk to my agency, I'll change my contracts, His voice cracked as tears rolled down his cheeks. I'll find a way for us to have a family like you wanted. I promise. Jungkook's jaw tightened, his chest heaving. He wanted to stay angry, but the raw pain in Taehyung's voice tore through every wall he had built. Do you know, Jungkook whispered hoarsely, how it feels to stand there and watch the person you gave your entire life to, kissing someone else? Even if it's acting, Tae, it felt real. It felt like you forgot me. I didn't forget you, Taehyung cried, gripping his arm tighter. I could never forget you. I was wrong, I let my career consume me. I thought I had to give all of me to my fans, but in the process I was losing you. And Jungkook, without you none of this fame matters. I'd throw it all away just to keep you. Jungkook finally lifted his hand, cupping Taehyung's tear-stained face. His thumb brushed along his cheek, wiping the wetness away. You don't have to throw it all away, Jungkook murmured, his voice softer now. I fell in love with you because of who you are. Because of your passion, your heart, your light. I'll always support your career. But Tae, Don't forget me while chasing the world. Don't forget that I'm here, waiting to build something with you. Taehyung sobbed, nodding quickly, pressing his forehead to Jungkook's chest. I won't. Never again. I swear to you. You're my husband. My only love. My forever. Something in Jungkook broke then, but not in pain. This time, it was the dam holding back his love. Slowly, his lips curved into a small, aching smile. God, I missed you so much, Jungkook whispered, pressing his lips to Taehyung's hair. Taehyung tilted his face up, and their eyes met through tears. Jungkook bent down, kissing him deeply, desperately, like a man who had been starving and finally found his only food. Taehyung kissed him back with trembling urgency, their tears mixing, their lips unrelenting. The world outside didn't exist anymore. Only their broken hearts stitching back together through touch and love. Jungkook lifted Taehyung into his arms, carrying him toward their bedroom. Clothes fell to the floor in a trail behind them, but neither cared. Their hands clung, their mouths searched. Their bodies pressed close as if afraid to let go again. Through soft whimpers and whispered apologies, through tears and shaky breaths, they made love, slow, tender, and desperate. Every kiss was a promise, every touch a vow that no matter the pain, no matter the world outside, they would always come back to each other. And when they finally collapsed into each other's arms, tangled in sheets and warmth, Jungkook kissed Taehyung's temple and whispered, "This is where you belong. With me." Taehyung, eyes fluttering shut, answered with the faintest smile, "Always." Their kisses grew slower, softer, like both of them were relearning the shape of each other's mouths. Jungkook's lips traced down Taehyung's jaw, lingering at the delicate skin of his neck, as if he were memorizing him all over again. "Do you know how many nights I imagined this?" Jungkook whispered against Taehyung's throat, his voice thick with emotion. "Holding you like this, making you mine again. I thought I lost you, Tae." Taehyung's fingers threaded into Jungkook's hair, tugging gently, guiding his lips back up to his own. "You'll never lose me. I'm yours, Jungkook. Always yours. Even when I'm foolish, even when I forget, my heart only beats for you." Jungkook kissed him deeply, pouring every ounce of his ache and devotion into the connection. When he finally pulled back, his eyes burned with a new kind of softness, something vulnerable, almost boyish. "Tae," he murmured, brushing his thumb along Taehyung's trembling lips. "Sometimes I imagine you holding our baby, sitting on this very bed with a little one in your arms. And I swear in my head the baby looks just like you. The same soft eyes, the same smile that kills me every time. I want that future, Tae. I want a family with you." Taehyung's breath hitched, his eyes glistening as he cupped Jungkook's face. "You really think our baby would look like me?" Jungkook's lips curved into a tender smile. "Of course. I want them to be beautiful inside and out, just like their dada. I want them to have your laugh, your stubbornness, the way your nose scrunches when you're annoyed. Everything." Tears slid down Taehyung's cheeks again, but this time, they weren't only from sadness. "And what about you?" he asked, voice trembling. Jungkook leaned closer, kissing the tears away. "They'll have my love. The kind of love I'll spend my whole life proving to you. To them. But looks." He chuckled softly, pressing his forehead to Taehyung's. "I pray they inherit everything from you. Because you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." Taehyung kissed him again, desperate and overflowing with love. "Jungkook, I want that too. I want to give you everything. A family, a future. All of me." Their words melted into touches. Jungkook's hands moved down Taehyung's sides, caressing him gently, reverently as though worshipping. Their bodies came together, not with urgency but with meaning, each movement slow and deep, layered with whispered promises. "I love you," Jungkook whispered against his lips, his breath shaky as they moved in rhythm. More than air. More than life. Taehyung clung to him, nails digging into his back, whispering back between sobs and gasps, "Always, always yours. No matter what." Their tears mingled, their hearts found their rhythm again, and when release finally swept through them both, it was like breaking through the storm into sunlight. Afterwards they lay tangled together. Jungkook's arm wrapped tightly around Taehyung's waist, their foreheads pressed close. Jungkook kissed the crown of his husband's hair softly. "One day soon," he murmured, half dreaming, half praying, "we'll be more than just us. You'll be Dada and I'll be Appa. And we'll never feel this lonely again." Taehyung smiled sleepily against his chest, his heart swelling at the vision. "Then let's make sure that day comes, Jungkook. For us. For our love." Jungkook held him tighter, eyes closing with the first true peace he'd felt in weeks. "For us," he whispered back. Thanks for watching. Final part coming soon. Hope you enjoyed this loving episode.